Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500, and welcome back to Project Foxy. You haven't seen Foxy for a little while, we've been working on the other projects, but it's now time to get on with it. So the first thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to get the seats out, get the new seats in, because that gets them out of the way in the garage, and then if I've got time I'm also going to do curtain airbags as well. So let's get on with it. So I haven't done anything to the car today. I've been working on the other white one, just bits and pieces on the other white one, but if you can see down there, hinges have come. So I'll be doing those next week. And I thought I'd have a look at the wheel in the boot. Have a look at, you know how dirty it is inside this car? Look at it in here. Dog hair, little Easter eggs, chocolate eggs, which as you can see are mouldy. This is the nastiest car I've ever seen. Oh my god, I'm dreading. I mean, do I really want that going up my Hoover? I think I'm going to try and rubber gloves and pick up a lot of that stuff before it goes up the Hoover. It's disgraceful. But the reason for doing this is I wanted to get the spare back in the boot. So I thought I'd have a look at the wheel that was on it. Check this out. So that is why they put the spare on. So that is where it's hit the curb, isn't it? So that's obviously how it's damaged the hub. So I reckon what some of you have said is right. I reckon it's clunked it that side, pushed it sideways, and probably hit a curb with such force that it's blown both airbags. That obviously explains why the other airbag's gone. Seat airbag, that is. And really wrecked that wheel, and my scrap man's just been, I should have got this out before and I didn't realise, so I'm going to have to call him now and say I forgot to give you a wheel. So I'll put the spare back in here. I don't even want to think about trying to clean this at the moment. Once I've got the seats out, I'll be doing all this next week. It's been an awful day today, on and off raining, so I didn't really do very much. There's a lot of little white specks on this roof. I don't know what it is. Hopefully when I can use the old cleaning stuff I can get rid of that. Obviously we're going to be painting it as well. May not be the same red, that's obviously the one issue, but we'll cross that bridge. Anyway, just showing you in here. It's not secured at the ends because I've got nowhere to secure it to, so I've got to sort something out. But I've been having a little sort out in here, so it's a little bit tidier. There was normally just crap here. Obviously there's crap there, but that's seats. That's the seats that are going in this. So once, obviously, I've got those other seats out, that will be nice and clear there. So I'm trying to sort this out once and for all. What I need to do is get some shelves up here. I've got some shelf brackets. I need to get some wood. I need to get some shelves up there, or a shelf up there, and maybe a shelf up there. And that way a lot of stuff can go up there. It's just, I need to make room for this mug press as well, because I want to get the printer and I want to start doing the mugs, but I want to do them in here, in the garage, which obviously isn't the best place to do it in the winter. So all the tyres look a bit on the flat side. That one looks alright, that one looks a bit flat. So I think next week we've got to get that beam out and give it a good clean and a paint, and then we'll get Con around. I might have a go myself, but I think I might get Con around to do it. I can't remember what he charged me last time, but not all that much. 120 quid maybe, was it? I can't remember. A couple of hours maybe, 2.5 hours, something like that. Yeah, that's it for the time being. So we'll be back next week, which will be on this video, and we'll make a start. The first thing we'll do is get that door sorted out. So I'll be happy when I can do that, and then we can, once the door is on and lined up and closing properly, we can hopefully, that'll mean the boot will open. Fingers crossed. Anyway, that's it for the time being. See you in a bit. So you might have seen that in a previous video, it might have even been a little bit before this one, that the boot had started miraculously working again. Now it's not. It's stopped again. I've not done anything. All I've done is closed the boot, left the car for a week or so, come back to it, and now it's not working again. How bizarre is that? So I still think it's all down to this door myself. Because I'm going to do the seats now, I need to go open this door. So it may not actually open when I try and open it. I might have to do it from the inside and give it a good push, because I really did slam it hard to get it closed, just to get it closed and weatherproof it. I'm not going to recline the roof, because we know what happened last time I did that. So we are going to leave that, and I am going to change those front seats now. And then, because the seats are in here in the garage and they're getting in my way, they've been getting in my way for ages. So if I get the old seats out, get them swapped over, they're going to need a clean, but they can be cleaned when they're in the car. Or I'll take them out again. But this car is obviously a long way off from being finished. And I'm not in any particular rush on this one, to be fair, because it's a convertible. So if it takes me till next spring, I don't really care. I'll get more money for it in the spring than I will selling it in November, December, January. So what the hell? We'll take our time. And this car has now sort of become a odds and sods car, and I'll do it as and when. So the blue car is now currently in front of the house. That's going to the body shop on Friday. So although we have got Project Evie that's sitting out on the road, which again is work in progress, I'm also not in a rush on that one either. I want to get this to a stage where I can get it to the body shop, so when I get the blue one back I can swap them over. That would be ideal. To do that I've got to get all this done and get this door sorted out. So I'm going to open the door now. I'll set you up and we'll see if I can get it open just by pulling it. I don't think it will. I might have to get in the other side and give it a good kick or push it with my feet, but we'll see. We'll get it open one way or the other. He says, famous last words. Anyway, I'll stick you on a tripod and then we'll see if we can get it open. Not see if we can get it open, we have to get it open. Yeah. Oh, that was easy, wasn't it? It was me thinking it was going to be difficult. It was easy as anything. That's good. I've probably done damage. I have. I've done a little bit of damage to the. Like it's where it's too low, because I lowered that right down, didn't I? So I do think that all this door problem. Let's just close it. Yeah, see, it just closes not properly if I do that, which is why I had to slam it. But we know why. We got bent hinges. We're going to sort those out, but not today. That will come on a later date. So what we're going to do now, as I've said, is remove these seats. So first thing we've got to do is disconnect the battery. Remove these seats. Put the new ones in. As I say, the new ones are going to need a clean, but you know that can always be done later on, or it can be done with them in the car. I'm not bothered that they're in the car or out the car. In the summer it's alright doing them out the car, because you can leave them out in the garden to dry, but as we know, it's not summer anymore. So as much as I can take them indoors, I just noticed there's some staining on this seat. I don't think it's wet. I'm just wondering whether the roof had leaked, but there's nothing wet up there. I don't recall seeing that before. That staining. I hope doesn't mean the roof is leaking. There's no marks on the roof. There's nothing to show that the roof is leaking. It's completely bone dry. But I didn't notice that before. Is it wet? It doesn't feel wet. I mean, the whole thing feels a bit damp where it's been sitting around, but that's weird. Oh well, we'll soon find out if we put the new seats in and then they get wet as well. Then maybe it is a leaking roof. I don't think it can be. That's weird though. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. It looks worse through the camera, but it doesn't feel wet. It looks more like a stain. It's just that I never noticed it before. Maybe it was there before. Don't know. I'll have to look back at some of the old videos and see if I can see. But anyway, let's get this seat out. I'll set it up on time lapse. We'll get this seat out. We'll move the car. Actually, I'm going to move the car first. Move it in the middle of the drive, just so I can get the driver's side one out from the driver's side, rather than having to lift it across like I did on the blue one. So yeah, we'll back up and give it a try first. So we'll be back very, very shortly. now they're out, we can give you a brief reminder of how disgusting this car is inside. This is, it has to be said, the most disgusting one I have ever had, without a doubt. Sand, dog hair, absolutely stinks in here. Absolutely stinks. Talk about minging. Doesn't stink as much as the other one did, but as far as the dirt and the muck and what have you is concerned in this car, yeah, this is the worst. Look at that. So I'm going to hoover it all out. I'm not going to clean the carpets. As you know, my carshing machine needs a new pump, which I've got and I haven't put in yet. I'm sure it's only a 10-minute job to put it in, but at the moment I'm just going to hoover it. I think what I'll do is when I put the new seats in, when I eventually get this back from the body shop, I'll take the seats out again, clean them, and then shampoo the floor as well. It depends how well the floor comes up once I've hoovered it. It may not actually need it, but I think it's going to smell of dog. So yeah, it's one of the nastiest smells, isn't it? Smell of dog. But let's give it a hoover, and then see if we can get rid of some of this hair. So I've been using this lily brush that was recommended, and I've got quite a lot of hair out. I've just done a video on it as a review, which I will be uploading at some point. But yeah, I've gone over this side of the car with it, and I've got a lot of this dog hair out. I'd already hoovered up quite a lot of it, and it came out pretty well. But this little bit of kit is really good, really good. So I'm going to go around, do the front, and then do the other side of this as well. And then we'll hoover that bit up, and then we'll think about getting the seats back. And what a difference! What a difference! There you go, they're in. That was, I was going to say a job and a half, but it wasn't. It was the same sort of job it always is. They are quite stained, these. I'm sure they weren't as dirty as that when I bought them. But yeah, they're quite stained, so they are going to have to be cleaned anyway. I mean, I knew they were going to have to be cleaned, but whether I take them out of the car and do them, or leave them in the car, I don't know, because now I've cleaned all the carpet underneath. It may just be easier just to leave them in the car. I want to say a thank you to somebody on the channel, and I'm not sure who it was, and shout up if you know it was you. When I was doing, I think it was when I was doing the walk around, and I was saying, yeah, you know, the door's knackered, the door card's fine over there, and you know, the seat's gone, blah blah blah. And I said, this door card is absolutely fine. And then someone piped up on the channel and said that door card isn't fine. And when I read that comment, I thought, what's he talking about? It is fine. And then it reminded me when I was back out here doing something, and then I realised it's absolutely not fine. So someone spotted that is all broken. So whoever you are, thank you, because I hadn't noticed it. I really hadn't noticed it. That's the seat airbag that does that. Sometimes it completely destroys it, rips it, goes right inside the force it comes out with. Imagine what it would do to you if it hit you. But yeah, sometimes it doesn't touch them, other times it does damage like that, other times it completely obliterates them, sometimes even cracking the plastic here. But I hadn't noticed it, so whoever you are, thank you. I have bought one. It's wrapped up in that cardboard in the garage over there. It's been sitting in my porch for the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to change that. Might as well do it now actually. And I need to go to the dump and take a few bits to the dump, so this can be part of what goes to the dump. So yeah, thanks again for that. So this seat's not too bad, but the entire interior will need a clean. What I also need to do is take the back seats out, which I'll probably leave out for the time being. Reason being is because the seats that I've bought are split fold seats. They're in the back of the garage, so I can't show you them to. But this is a solid seat, and I will double check. I'll put the seat. No, I can see they are different. I think the material is slightly different on these seats, but it's a different shade of grey. I think. I will wait. Actually, I will put these up out of the way and have a look, because if they're not, I'll just leave them. If they do match, but I don't think they do. Although looking at bits and pieces under here, I can't really tell. I need to get it up and have a look. But yeah, because so if I'm going to use the other seats, I need to spend about 25-30 quid on a rail, on a split fold rail, which I haven't got. So I'll have to buy one of those. And they are, I think I may have mentioned this before, they are sometimes really difficult to get out. Sometimes impossible to get out, because you end up rounding one or two of the bolts out. So I would rather not change it, and I would rather leave the rear seats in here that are already here. But until I can sort that out, I need to get some of this stuff out of the way, really. It's a shame I can't get the boot open again. Oh, battery's disconnected at the moment, isn't it? But I'm going to do that shortly, I think, and have a look. Get all this stuff out of the way. And then put the seats up and have a look and see if it is the same. As I say, I would much rather leave what's already in there. One, I haven't got to take them out. Two, it keeps those as original, even if though the fronts are different. They are more or less the same, but it is a different material, and it's got that white piping, of course, and the stitching. But I've got a feeling that the rears are the same. We'll see in a minute. But yeah, that's the seats done, which is good. Which obviously means the airbag light error will be gone for those. But of course, I've got to do the curtain airbags. So I'm going to do the passenger side one now. Actually, no, I'm going to do the driver's side one now. And then once I've done that one, I can move the car back over this way. Because when the neighbour will probably be home in the next hour or so, and he'll probably want to get his car down the drive. So yeah, let's get on with it. So although I haven't hoovered these because I forgot, they are the same. They're exactly the same as the fronts. So it's only the front seats in the seat that are different. The back seats are exactly the same. So that's really good, because that means I haven't got to buy a seat rail. But I do need to clean that. But I won't do it now because I've just put the hoover away. So yeah, that's good. That's good news. So what we need to do now is get these airbags done. It's just starting to rain. They give heavy rain for today. We've been alright up to now. It's quite warm as well still. But that's your weather forecast for the day. I'm not going to film doing the airbags, the curtain airbags, because you've seen this before on other videos. In fact, you know what? Let's set you up on time lapse. We'll do it on time lapse. We might as well. Or at least we'll do one side on time lapse anyway. We'll do the driver's side. So yeah, let's get on with it. So I had to just quickly stop that time lapse. I needed to show you something. As you know, it came up on the diagnostics using multi-ECU scan that the airbags had gone in here. Guess what? There is no airbag. It's been cut off. This is the bit that it goes into there, where it holds it. Sometimes it's bolted in on that bolt. I've no idea what this little hose is. Rear squirter. We don't have that on the on the hatchback, but yeah, there's no airbag here. If I pull that out, there's nothing there. It's just the mounts. So that means that those sneaky, I won't use the B word that I was going to use at Copart, they must have taken them out. They must have. They must have deployed. However, normally this is damaged in some way when they deploy, but it doesn't look damaged at all. I need to have a look at the back there where the where it plugs in. But yeah, I don't understand. Why on earth would you do that? It's gone. It's not that they don't have curtain airbags, they do. Obviously it's coming up as an error, and you've got this bit. So this was, if I can't get this out, I'll just cut it short and push it inside the pillar. But that is just mental. Why on earth would you do that? Good old Copart, eh? Okay, apart from the clips, that was the only bit that was on the driver's side. And I'll show you something else in a minute as well, about how dishonest this is. On the passenger side, you can see, it goes that way. Obviously they're both deployed. And that someone has cut that with a pair of scissors by the looks of things. And they'd cut the cord off at the other end as well. So that wasn't even there. Now, someone has been dishonest doing that. I'll tell you why. It's not just, oh, we'll cut the airbags to, you know, so you can see to drive it. Because when they go, they're obviously hanging down. And I've bought them in the past where people have just cut them off, and of course you can see. But whoever's been in there has purposely cut that above the line of here. I mean, it hasn't damaged it, which is amazing, but to get this one off, you've got to take, I didn't film this one, I only filmed the other side on time lapse, but to get this off, to get to it, you've got to take that off. You've got to pull that off, the rubber. You've got to take that off. That's screwed on, there's 2 screws on. You've got to take that off, and then you've got to pull it all down and then cut it and then put it all back. You're not telling me that someone has done that just so you can see where you're driving, because it could have just been cut here like they always are. That has been purposely done by somebody. Same goes for the other side. Purposely done by somebody to make it look like airbags have not gone. Now, whether that be Copart or whether that be the insurance company to get more for the car, I don't know. But someone is bang out of order. And of course, there's no point complaining to Copart, because all they'll do is refer you to their terms and conditions. They could advertise it as a Rolls Royce and you get a Fiat 500 and they'll say, we'll refer you to your terms and conditions. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But that is so bloody dishonest. Unbelievable. Obviously, I've got no proof who it was. Someone, insurance company or Copart, has done that to disguise it. Now, I've had it from Copart before where they've disguised it. Well, they disguised it on this one. They showed this airbag. They didn't show that airbag had gone, so the seat airbag. Or was it the other way around? I can't remember. I think it was this one. Yeah, because this is the main side with the damage, wasn't it? Because I put the new door on. So you could see, there was a picture with the door open, and you could see that, but not the other side. Now, why didn't they do that? No mention of it on the listing, the airbag. Any airbags, I mean, obviously, when you can see them, it's fine. You know, luckily for me, I know how to do them, but for anybody, and obviously they're quite cheap to buy. I think I paid 20 quid for the pair of the 2 curtain airbags. But when I saw they come up, I thought, oh, okay, the electronics has blown, but the actual things haven't deployed. But when you can see that they have actually deployed, and someone has gone to an utmost trouble to hide it, that is just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. To get, what, a couple of quid more for the car. Is that why they've done it? I really don't know. But that is so dishonest of somebody within either insurance or Copart, one or the other. Too much effort just to cut it off. Or rather, less effort just to cut it off. Get a pair of scissors and cut it so you can see where you're driving. But to purposely hide it, to make it look like it hasn't gone, is just bang out of order. I'm annoyed, I think you can tell. But it's done now. They're in, seats are in, Curtain airbags are done. So annoying though. It just annoys me that people's dishonesty. It's no big deal for me. It's cost me £20 plus about half an hour for doing it. But yeah, the dishonesty around it is just crazy. So I've got a couple of little bits to button up anyway. It's actually easier doing, to a degree, it's easier doing the curtain airbags in a convertible, because you can almost literally take off that piece. It's a separate piece, the piece that covers them. I didn't on that side, it was still hanging on that end. But once you've got these out, you can just pull it out that side and it just sort of clips in, and it's easy to get out. So it gives you a lot more room to work. But oh man, I'm so annoyed about that. Now I did manually open the boot. It hasn't miraculously opened to get up again. Actually, someone did say to me, get a screwdriver in the lock and click it up the 2 times, and then see if the boot opens. So I might actually try that before I close this again. I didn't want to do the hinges today because I want to, depending on how that goes, I want to have at least the opportunity of a full day. And I've been working on the blue one today, so I wanted to, I just spent maybe the last couple of hours on this. Just wanted to get those seats done. And the airbags done. I should have taken the seat belts out as well. I've got to take those, I said I wasn't going to take the back seat out. I am going to take the back seat out because I've got to get the side panels off. And it's just so much easier if you take the entirety of the back seats out, so I will do that. Because when it goes to the body shop, I will leave off that side panel, but I've got to do the seat belts anyway, so it's just easier doing it all when it's off. So what I'm going to do is, as I said, take the seats out. This isn't today, this will be on the next, I don't know if it'll be on this video or the next video, but I've got to take the seats out, take the side panels off, change the seat belts. I know I've got one seat belt. I've got to go through my box of seat belts and see if I've got 2 good ones. If not, I'll have to buy one. I've got umpteen pre-tensioners, some of which I don't know if they work properly or not. Obviously time will tell when I install them. So yeah, so I'll do that. Leave the back, I'll put that back panel back on because there's no dent that side, but I'll leave it off this side, and then it will be time to attack this door and hope that it will. I mean, let's have a close look at these. I don't know if we've had a close look at these hinges before. That one looks, I mean, you know, looks okay. Looks can be deceiving, as we know. But that one, you can, I don't know if you can, but I can see that that is bent. I think it's this piece that's bent, not that piece. And I did have trouble, although they did go on, they didn't exactly slip on easily. So we know they're bent. And I've been looking at some of my old videos, and what I'm hoping to do, this one might be trickier, but this one, so you can, I think I've mentioned this, again, I've mentioned this before, so forgive me for repeating myself, but on this one, you undo that bolt, which obviously from this side, and then the other one, which is there, if you can see the thread, comes in from this side. Now, as I've mentioned before, you can, I think it's a 13mm bolt. You can get a socket on the other end, which is fine for the bottom one. Not for this one, you can't get to it. There's all metal plates in there behind this, so even if the dash was out, you still can't get to it. So what I'm hoping to do, I don't think I need to take the wing off to do this, and I've got a I couldn't find the video, but I know I did it on one of the white cars. I'm sure I did. What I did is I took that one out, and then, because it's only then held on by that one screw, which comes in from the other side, I hit them with a hammer to turn it. And once you get it to turn a little bit, it gets looser and looser, and then you can unscrew it. Now the only problem with that is when you get right to the very end, there's a danger of it going inside, which of course, again, isn't too much of a problem down here. But if you do it up there, you've lost it forever. You're never going to get it back in. So I'm going to come up with some sort of plan that I can either get, once it starts coming out, I can either get something behind it, a pair of long nose pliers, or maybe some blue tack or something like that, just something to grip it and stop the bolt from going back inside. And then when we offer up the new hinge, we obviously turn the hinge on that bolt, and to get it started, once you've got it started, it's not going to fall. Then of course the problem is that as you turn the hinge, the whole thing might turn, so it might not tighten up again, so I've got to try and grip it somehow. So that's the plan of how I'm going to attack it. And I just, as I say, I want to have a whole day to try and do it. It's not going to take me a whole day, or it should if everything goes according to plan. So that's the plan of how I'm going to attack it. The actual side panel itself here, I don't think is dented at all. It's all funny undulations anyway, so it's difficult to tell. But I don't think it is. If it is, then we'll do something along the lines of some shims to pull it out. I mean, there is a little. I'll have to look on another car. There is a ridge there, but I think it's meant to be like that. It's really difficult to tell. It is very difficult to tell. But again, as I say, you know, there is a possibility that that's been pushed in. A distinct possibility that's been pushed in. We won't really know until we get the hinges off. As I say, if that is the case, then we'll get either get some washers in there, or try and make up some shims out of some sheet metal somehow. Maybe old wings, things like that. Maybe I can get some tin snips and cut some shims out of old wings to pack it out. Hopefully it won't come to that. Hopefully it's a matter of I can put the new hinges on, which we've got here. We've got the whole thing here, and it will just go on nicely. But we'll see. We will see. But that'll be on the next video anyway, or the one after, probably the next. So that's the plan. So not much else we can do today. I don't think. We're starting to lose the light now. It's must be about 5 o'clock now. Let's have a look at the time. I need to take some of these seats apart, bits that I want to keep off of it, and then call the scrap man and tell him. Where's my Fiat 500 clock? Yeah, it's 5:15. See me light up 500 letters there. The battery operated, unfortunately, so you have to actually physically pick them up and switch them on. They're quite cool, aren't they? Like them? I was trying to get a love heart as well, so I was going to put them on the wall somewhere, but then you have to take them off the wall to switch them on, which is a bit annoying. It would have been better if they were mains operated, but never mind, they were cheap. I got those from Alibaba or AliExpress. But yeah, a little bit of decoration for the garage. Anyway, that's it for the time being, I think. So I think we'll say toodle pip for now. So I don't want to make the video too long. So we'll end this video here. What do you reckon on those airbags then? Those curtain airbags? I'm fuming about that. It's so bang out of order. As I said, I don't know who's done it, Copart or the insurance company. One or the other, but it's so dishonest, it's untrue. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've learned something. Hope you've sat there with a cup of coffee and it's kept you entertained for half an hour or so, or however long it is. Thanks for watching as always. Don't forget, if you are a casual viewer, hit that subscribe button there. We're pushing those numbers up to the 4,000. We are going to reach it by the end of the year. Definitely, we'll be well over 4,000 by the end of the year. Would have liked to have got to a 5,000, but you know that wasn't going to happen. I was being more realistic and to hit 4,000, but onwards and upwards, we're getting there. This time next year, who knows where we'll be. We might be millionaires, as Del Boy would say. Anyway, again, thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, share and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Don't want any thumbs downs. If you don't like the video, piss off and go and watch other videos. Don't give me thumbs down. I don't want thumbs down. There's no need. I had a video, which one was it? The blue car, the second day of the blue car, when I had it on Premiere, 15-20 minutes before that premiere started, I had 3 thumbs ups and I had 1 thumbs down. Why would you do that? He hadn't even seen the video. The video wasn't up for 15-20 minutes. And I say he, it's got to be a he. Someone did a thumbs down before they'd even watched the video. Why would you do that? What's the matter with people? Anyway, that's it. So take care, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next one.